G'day legends, I'm Limetree MC. Welcome back to my Minecraft Let's Play series. This is episode 3. What we might do is get cracking on our adventure and I'll explain to you what we're going to get up to in this episode. In this episode, the first thing that we're wanting to do is go for a boat ride. The purpose of the boat ride is to try and find a shipwreck. Shipwrecks are a really good source of early game loot. The real reason I'm looking for a shipwreck today though is to try and find some diamonds. You see, quite often shipwrecks will have a buried treasure map in one of their loot chests. As we come out through the heads, hopefully we'll find a shipwreck pretty soon. If you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, that would be really appreciated. Looks like we've got a shipwreck just here. What I'm going to do is row up a bit closer and then I'm going to grab a door and we're going to go down and raid this shipwreck. I like to use a door so that I can breathe while I'm down in the shipwreck. Otherwise you can run out of air really quickly and it's just a bit dangerous. You can end up drowning or something. So here's our first loot chest. Oh, look at that, straight up buried treasure map. That's what we were looking for. I'll just work my way inside the shipwreck and see if there's another loot chest. I'll just also grab this door so I can reuse it inside. Hopefully there's another loot chest in here and it's got some really good loot. Not that I need a lot of stuff at the moment, it's just that it'd be good to find something on the adventure, wouldn't it? Oh nice, there's another loot chest. Now I need to get this door in. Can't put it on the stairs. I'll have to go there. Should have been a bit quicker there, started to drown. That's not good. Righto, let's check out what's in this loot chest. Let's have a look. Oh, dynamite. Nice. I think that's the first lot of dynamite I've found in this world. Okay, what I'll do is grab up all this loot and then I'm going to head back up to the top to the boat and see what else we can find. Have to sort through my inventory and clear some space. It's getting pretty full. Heading back up to the surface now and it's not too bad of a night up here. No mobs around. It's pretty peaceful really. I might just sort through my inventory. As you can see, it's getting pretty full with that pretty good loot that we got down there. Need to free up some space because I really want to go after that buried treasure map that we got down below. Probably should have emptied my inventory before I left base. That looks like a broken portal down there. Might have to go down and see what loot's down there. Look at all that obsidian. I really wish I had a diamond pickaxe. That way I could mine up some of that obsidian. Really like some obsidian so that we can go to the nether soon. The loot's not too bad. A silk touch golden axe is pretty good. I tend to use those to get the beehives and stuff with the bees in them. We might be able to do that in a later episode now that we've got the golden axe. Just going to work my way back over to the boat and then sort out my inventory and then I think we should get moving and try and get underway. Listen to me talking like a sailor. Been on the water for 5 minutes and now I'm talking like a sailor. Okay, as we set off in search for this buried treasure, you can see that we're following the buried treasure map here. You can see my little dot on the map and the map's starting to fill out as we row along. There's a few more things we're going to try and get done this episode. We need to quickly visit a village and relocate 2 villages. The reason we need the 2 villages is because we're going to build a villager breeder. It's just going to be a starter breeder, nothing flash. I'll probably end up extending it at a later stage by adding some farmland onto it, just so that it can be self-sustaining. Initially, I'll just set it up manually. So make sure you stick around to the end of the episode to see the villager breeder build. Okay, we're starting to get close to this buried treasure now. It should be just up here near that creeper. Speaking of creepers, I might just pull in here and sleep the night and then we'll continue on the adventure together. Wouldn't you know it? You go to sleep, you sleep the night, you wake up the next morning and it's raining. All you want to do is go out on an adventure and it's raining. Oh well, that's all right. We'll just make the best of it. It should be down here somewhere. I think... Oh, there it is. Nice. There's our buried treasure. What loot have we got here? Not too bad. Only 1 diamond. The diamond's what we really came after. And the heart of the sea will be handy later on. And a bit more gold. That'll be really helpful when we build the villager breeder. We'll be able to use the gold to make some powered rail. Just going to dig my way out of this hole and then I'll probably load up the chest boat and look at starting to head off. I can see there's some pillagers out there. Going to have to try and avoid those if we can. I'll just give those pillagers a wide berth. Don't want to get too close to them. Just going to continue to sail back up the coast, around the corner and in back through the heads. Still seems to be raining, I see. Still can't get away from the rain. Pretty sure the way back is up here somewhere. I'll find it sooner or later. I'll just keep heading back and I'll see you back at base. I've just been milling around trying to get a few things ready for the villager breeder and I just noticed there's an enderman. Need to start gathering some ender pearls so that we can go to the end. Let me see if I can sneak up on him. I got a little doorway there that I can sneak into to get away from him. He won't be able to get me in there because it's only too high. So we'll give it a go anyway. It's a shame he's not holding a grass block. Could have had a grass block if he'd dropped that. That's all right. We'll get there. Oh, an ender pearl. Nice. That's great. That'll add to the collection. We've got a few now. I think that's going to be my third ender pearl. I've killed a few off camera exactly like that. They tend to hang around in my base there, so it's really handy to have that opening available. It's also where I keep the zombies that I captured one night while building the starter farm. I had 2 zombies come after me and they were both holding items, so I lured them into that opening and used a trapdoor to trap them. I only really needed one, and I'll use that for my iron farm next episode. As you can see here, I've built a little hut. It's just a temporary hut to house the villagers that we go and relocate. It's nothing special, it's just made out of some deep slate and some spruce. Really, the main thing is to just make sure there's a torch inside and that it's got a gate instead of a door. I mean, I've got a door as well, just for aesthetics, but the main thing is that it needs a gate because villagers can't open gates, so that's the only way to really keep them inside. So I'm just going to finish off this hut and make sure that it's ready for the villagers, and then I'm going to look at setting off on our next adventure where we'll take a boat ride up the river to the village and relocate 2 villages. On our way up the river, we'll be going through a few different biomes and we'll have to pay attention and see if we can see anything that we can come back and get later on. A few things I'll be looking out for will be like beehives and some lava. We might need some lava later on, as we might be able to make a lava farm at the end of this episode. It's only a fairly short boat ride up to the savannah village where we spawned. I think that'll be the one that we relocate the villagers from. I'm pretty sure they won't mind being relocated back to my base. I mean, who would really want to live in a savannah village anyway? Let me know in the comments below, do you like the savannah village? Or furthermore, do you like the savannah biome? I think there's much better biomes in the game, to be honest. Alright, here's the village. Biggest thing to do here is to get the boat into your hotbar so that you can grab a villager if needed at short notice. Okay, we're just going to wander in and out of these houses and see if we can find a villager. There'll be one up here somewhere. Oh yeah, there's one there. Alright, so we may as well take this guy, see if we can lead him out here and get him into a boat. He's not going to want to come out, is he? Alright, we'll have to try and lure him out. Might grab his workstation and bring it outside, and we'll place it down in an open area so we can lure him out there. Probably on the other side of those huts over there, so it's closer to the river, so it's easier to row him off the edge and back down to the river. Now that we've got him away from his hut, it's time to get him into a boat so that we can row him back to our base. Well, that was pretty easy. They don't normally go as easy as that. I'll just pick up this workstation because we might need that when we get out, and we'll just start rowing him back down to the river. It's pretty slow going on the grass with the boat, and you have to sneak along these little thin parts here, but the trip gets much quicker as you get back down to the water. I've got some pretty big plans for this villager breeder. I'd really like to build a big trading hall. I'd have to build a pretty big building to put it in first. So what I might do is build a temporary trading hall just with the essential villager trades. That way I can get rid of some of the grind that's happening at the moment early game. That way we can build some much nicer things for everybody. I definitely need a weaponsmith, an armourer and a toolsmith villager. That way I can have all the diamond armour and diamond tools, diamond weapons. Generally I then just gather up some librarian villagers. Probably just keep it simple with 4 or 5. I'm not the best at doing the dragon fight, so I like to try and get as many enchantments as I can before I try and take on the dragon. But that's a fair few episodes away yet. This trip down the river is just the first of 2. I won't show you the second trip. It's pretty boring just to watch me go up and down the river with a couple of villagers. Okay, I'm just going to put his workstation inside before I break the boat and let him out. That way, hopefully, he'll go straight into his house. Once I get these villagers squared away, I'll start working on the villager breeder. Once again, I'm going to crack out the old time-lapse 1000 and knock out this villager breeder in a quick time-lapse. All right, well, that turned out all right. I messed up a couple of times with some of the water flow parts, but I fixed it up in the end. It's a bit rough and ready in parts, but I'm going to end up decorating it in a later episode. I've got something really special in mind. As you can see, I got my rail tracks in place. This will make it much easier to get the villagers up to the iron farm when I build it in the next episode. You might also notice that I extended the villager breeder. I had to end up extending it and putting a farm in and a villager farmer. It was just too hard to manually keep putting potatoes in to feed them, so I quickly just extended it. I just figured may as well do it now, that way when I do the trading hall I'll have the villagers all stacked up ready to go. This should do me then. I shouldn't need any more villagers other than this. It should be plenty to keep me going in this world. I'll actually probably have to turn it off eventually, otherwise it'll generate too much lag. Okay, the last thing I'm going to do is build a lava farm. It's a pretty simple design. All it is 2 cauldrons which I swiped from a village, 2 dripstone and 2 pointed dripstone. Basically you sit the lava on top and it duplicates the lava in the cauldron for you. I like to surround the lava with glass, that way you can see it. I usually start off with just 2. I actually don't have 2 lava, so I'm going to have to wait until the first one produces a lava bucket and then I can put it in the top to fill up the other side. This will be really handy. It'll mean I can make some obsidian so that I can make a portal so that we can go to the nether. Going to need to get to the nether very soon so that we can get some resources. Well, that's it for this episode. I think you'll agree we got a heap of stuff done this episode. I'm really excited about next episode where we're going to build an iron farm. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Anyway, thanks for watching, legends. Please like and subscribe if you want to see some more. See yous.